What is up? People of today, new place. It's still a little bit scuffed. The sound, the acoustics, still a little bit scuffed. But it is what it is. Hey, nobody's gonna stop us, right? You see on that side is carton board. It's to prevent the sunlight from coming in. I know, I need to fix a lot of stuff here. But it is what it is, right? How do I do this again? It's been a long time, not gonna lie. Alright. Okay, first thing I'm gonna do is some administration like usual. What are you guys doing, man? Tell me everything. Hey, it's fine. Nobody cares. Who is here? Lazar, what up, my man? Ice Bear, of course. Kamal. Colby, Blazingly Faster is here also once again, man. It's the Peaky fucking Blinders back again, back at it again. Yeah. Long time no see. It is, man. Hey, sometimes life, I'm leveling up, right? I'm leveling up. Need to go back to Stormwind City, change my gear, you know, deliver some quests and everything. So that's why, yeah, leveling up. Show my gear in the main town, right? Talking to some people. But now I'm back, right? Now I'm gonna level up once again. You know what I mean? Let me see what's going on here. Do I have a mail from YouTube? Yes, I'm live. That's good. Moving to another city. I live in the same city, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie. It's the same small shithole, but yeah, it's what it is. Akash, what up? Welcome. Maybe we go to Twitch. Not quite sure. Maybe we basically stop the stream in 10 minutes and we move to Twitch. What do you think about that? Just with the boys, right? Show them how it's done there. Still set up home stuff. No, it's fine, Murat. It's basically everything is here. But yeah, I need to a plant maybe like a nice green plant or something. You know, with a nice light. I already have the Philips Hue thingy. What happened to your setup, man? I'm in a new place, man. New place, new setup. Well, it's the same setup, but it's a new location. So it's a bit, you know. Hey, this is what it is. You see my head? It's blinking because I have better lights. But it is, guys. Hey, I will fix. It will be insane. And by the way, the setup doesn't really matter, right? It's the content. The content. So basically, today we're gonna do some open source stuff, some low-level stuff, something with serialization, because you know that I'm making this Hollywood framework. Actually, it doesn't matter, right? You know it, Hollywood actor model framework, and we can basically is the sound of the music. Oh shit! Look at this, it's popping out. Let me adjust this real quick. Like this. 40 is perfectly fine. So what we're gonna do is this. So basically we have something like a serialize thing. Oh, TS disable highlights real quick. Boom. Yes, much better. Sounds too hard. So what we can do is basically if we using a remote and we send messages to other actors, we serialize that stuff with proto buffer. But I want to provide other serialization mechanisms, for example, JSON, because sometimes you want to test something out and you don't want to set up proto buffers and compile and it's not installed and it's the wrong version and it's always the same shenanigans with Google's bullshit, right? So I think that's what we're gonna do. So it's not that easy task. It looks straightforward, but it isn't. What is this? Default serializer. Let's remove that real quick. All right, let me see some chat real quick, and then we're gonna do some work. And maybe what I'm gonna try later on in stream, we're gonna do some coding stuff. And at the end of the stream, like normally, we do some shit talking shenanigans, some questions, some Q&A. But we're also gonna do maybe a reaction video. Right? I don't know why, because everybody's doing it and I'm basically left behind. So, and if there is one shit talker, rank 1 in the world, that's me. So we need to do some reactions, and maybe it's a positive reaction on a video. I don't know, we're gonna pick one video, a programming video about some guy that thinks some paradigm is popping off, and we're gonna try to either support it or basically, I'm gonna give my opinion about it, right? My honest opinion, that's what I'm gonna try to do, maybe. But I need to record then I need to record my stream on my disk so I can use that video to put on YouTube once again. You see, I'm leveling up. We're gonna try that, not quite sure, but it could be that my PC turns into fire when I try to do that. All right, what's going on here? Ben, hey, 12 years of Node and using Golang for the latest project. Helpful videos for me. Thanks. Hey, anytime, man. The pleasure is mine. Anand Trividi. Hey, Anthony. What's up, man? Welcome here. Ideal Matt, where do you work for day job? Anthony GG. That's me. I work for Trading Light. Trading Light is basically a competitor of TradingView, but we provide heat maps. So it's cryptocurrency charts, heat maps, 3D view, all that stuff. That's what we do. It's all written in Golang and all that stuff, right? That's what I do. All right, so, man, this is a long time. Can I focus? Not quite sure. It's already late. So we have this VT marshaller. We don't care about this. We care about this proto serializer, right? Let me open up. Is it too big, actually? Maybe it is. Let me open up Stream Writer. And a stream writer is basically something that writes to a stream. And we have, put this cursor out of the fucking way. We have a serializer, you see? A serializer, and that basically maps to this thing, this interface. And the only wait, let me open up Stream Writer once again. Boom. You can see that here, if we instantiate this new Stream Writer, what we do is we say it's a proto serializer. It's hard coded in, and we don't want that. We want you want the user to specify, hey, I want to use JSON. Hey, I want to use proto buffer. Hey, I want to use whatever scuffed version, scuffed serializer. It doesn't really matter. That's what we're gonna try to implement today. It's pretty open heart surgery because it's already a project. We are in master. Let's do a git checkout real quick. Are you a team leader? Nope. We don't have any lead. We just are 3 people doing stuff, and there is no boss. Well, there is a CEO and everything, but I mean, we just code, and it's different, guys. Once you're at a certain level, there is no such thing as a meeting. There is no such thing as a stand-up. There is no such thing as a PM and somebody, a lead developer that basically sits around your shoulder and you can. No, it isn't. At a certain point, you just make stuff happen with nice people, and that's it, right? That's how every company should work, but unfortunately, it's not. Git checkout -b. So we're gonna say serialization or something. We're gonna say ser. JSON ser. Perfect branch name. It couldn't be better as this. Oh man. So yeah, this one, right? So we're gonna up to serialize like this. I think the first thing I'm gonna do is try to set up a test, by the way. I think it's a remote. Yeah. Remote test, why not? It's fine. Test sent. Func test c JSON serialization. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. You're gonna say t testing dot t. Yep. You're gonna say e is gonna be a new engine. Then we're gonna say that a remote is going to be. I think there's an actor on a new engine, by the way. It's gonna be a remote new. We are in the remote, so it's basically new. Wait, what's going on here? Oh, we have a helper function here from myself. Look at this. Make remote engine. That's even better. To be honest, guys. Hey, to be honest, let's just copy paste, man. Well, what are we doing? Easy. It's a copy paste angle. We don't need to sync group. 4,000, 5,000 is going to be perfectly fine. Then we're going to say, how do we do this actually? Let me see. Let me speak. Spawn. I'm confused. Do we need this? Probably not. Spawn. We're gonna spawn a function. It's gonna be a func with C actor context. Wait, what are we doing here? They should give a name. It's gonna be foo or something. That's perfectly fine. Switch based on the message, which is gonna be the C message. First, a little test to see, because otherwise it's gonna be hard to see what we are doing, right? TDD, I'm not a fan, but sometimes I do this because it's a project that already is up and running, and then it's been a long time that I visited this. It's gonna be message type, amazing. Then we're gonna say case, actually to be case default. Default underscore is MSG for the compiler because we're gonna use this MSG later on. And then we're gonna say let's make B. B send the stupid pit here, and then we're gonna say we're gonna send to this pit, and then we're gonna say what kind of a message. Let's make a type here, to be honest. Type a foobar. I'm gonna make a foobar. It's gonna be a structure, and we're gonna say the name of foobar is going to be a string. We're gonna send a pointer to a foobar with a name of foobar. Programming can be easy, isn't it? Now we're gonna say time sleep here because we don't want to hassle with wait groups here. Time secondos times 3. Easy. You see? Programming. Easy peasy. No thing. Just pick it. Pick it with your wet finger. Nice box next to you. Yeah, it is. Normally, I'm gonna remove it. When the sun is a little bit more relaxing, I'm gonna remove this cardboard box. This is an improvisation because I don't have anything else. My windshield is my sun shield is 30 centimeters too short. I don't know why, but it is what it is. Test JSON serialization, something like that. Can we actually run this thing? How do we do that without VS Code? Go run. Go test min run /remote. No, it's gonna be this /remote run test JSON serialization. Test JSON serialization. Yeah, like this, and then we're gonna say minus count so we don't. Yeah, let's go. Yeah, perfect. Interface conversion, remote.foobar is not proto-reflect.proto-message, missing method proto-reflect. Perfectly fine, because we don't have a foobar. We don't have it. Foobar is just a plain struct, it's not registered. Cool, so we're gonna do this as JSON. So it's fine, JSON can handle that. So, the next step, now we have this thing. We're going to serialization, boom. Perfectly fine. Proto Serializer. Is the font okay? Otherwise, I will bump it up. JSON Serializer. We're gonna be a structure. Boom, just like that. We're gonna help. We're gonna copy this function, paste it in. We're gonna say return nil. JSON, one of the most famous. If you don't mind the question, where would the easiest place to be to upload, host, deploy Go code? You mean in source code? Then I would say GitHub. As a project or something, I don't know. Just SCP it to your server. You rent a server with DigitalOcean or something cheap, or bare metal at Hetzner, right? And then you basically build your binary and SCP it to your server, and then just run it. Easy. I don't know why people are doing all this crazy stuff. Why you can just, of course not. You use Docker or something, right? But most of the time, to be honest, when I deploy a simple project or a simple API, I just SCP it and call it a day. but that's me. Okay, it's serialized. We also need deserialize function. Fine. Wait, deserialize is going to be data name. So now the problem comes in because you're going to see this is not that straightforward, and you will see why. And that's why we're going to stream this, so you can learn from it. T-name, this T-name thingy is the type name, and you will see why. I will explain that in a bit. What's going on here? Any? Alright, so now we have a JSON serializer. We also need to implement type name. We need to implement type name. And that hurts. It's fine, let's do func. Type name. String. Return. It's going to be any, right? This thing. V, any. Return an empty string because reasons. Most of your vids are in VS Code, like for the else too. Did you switch completely to Vim? Yes, I did. And I have a video already, but it's not uploaded yet. I recorded it this morning and I'm going to upload it tomorrow. Why? Deserialize. Okay, cool. Let's see if you can stream right. If this is gonna work. So we're gonna say instead of this proto serializer, you're gonna say a JSON serializer. Boom. Look at this. No errors. All good. Of course. If we run it, it's not gonna work, right? It's impossible. It passes, but that doesn't mean anything because the message is not going to be the message we want. Because we need to do a lot of stuff for that to work. So how is this going to work? Well, we have something that is called the stream writer here. And here, there's a lot of logic here, right? So let's do this. Proto remote here. Right? So we have an envelope, right? And each time we're going to send messages over the wire. It's very important. We're not going to send... It could be... Of course, if we send one message, it's going to serialize one message, of course, right? That's obvious. But if we are sending at the speed of light, right? If you are sending at the speed of light and it's not going to basically... If we send 1 million messages at the speed of light, it's not going to serialize them one by one. That would be... That's bad. That's bad news. That's bad programming behavior. So what we do is we buffer them up. And that happens in the GGQ. In the queue I wrote here in this project. And it's going to send, for example, 2000 messages at the same time over the wire. So it's going to encode, serialize or deserialize 2000 messages at once. And they could have different type names, they could have different targets, different senders, different messages and all that stuff. So what we do is basically we lay them out in an array, because it could be that if we send 2000 of the same message, we're going to have one type name instead of 2000 type names of the same type name. If you know what I mean. It's a performance enhancement. Was it painful in terms of configuration? Alexander, no, because I will show, you will see it in the video, by the way. But I'm using, like I said, I'm using Vim way before VS Code was still a thing. Like when most people are still in their diapers, shitting their pants at night, I was already Vimming. That's why they call me Vim Diesel, you know? So, and I have a very minimalistic configuration, by the way. I have 170 lines of configuration, which is not... All right, so now what we need to do is basically, each time we have a message and we inspect that message, right, in the stream writer, we need to determine how is it serialized? Because you can see the message here is the data of the message, which is basically the foobar thing, right? Let me open up this remote test, by the way, here on the other side. Boom. This foobar struct here, right? This thing is going to be serialized in here, in this thing. You see? We don't know what it is. It's just bytes. So how do we know that? Well, we need a type name, so we know what kind of type this is. It's a type foobar, so we can magically look at that somewhere up. We need to figure that out because it's going to be nasty. But we also need to specify which serializer this foobar is using. Because it could be that you have multiple serializers, right? You could have a JSON, you could have a proto buffer. You don't know that, so we need to specify that. So we're going to say, copy this, repeated message is going to be a repeated int 32. And that's going to be serializer serializers. Yeah? That's going to be fine. We could also say serializer IDs. Serializer is fine. And then in message here, we are going to say an int32. Because these are the indexes, right? These are the indexes in the envelopes. Think about it. So we're going to say here, serializer index 5, right? All right, so now we're going to try to compile this thing. How we're going to do this is basically very simple. If we do this, we're going to see that there is a build file, which I made. And we're going to build that. So we're going to say cd remote. Like this. Yeah. And I'm going to say build .sh. Boom. It's built. But we're going to have a problem because I'm terrible at coding. And we're going to have this folder here, which is the GitHub folder. Look at that. And that's basically because I misconfigured. I think it's something to do with this VT, no, with DRPC or something. And I can't just figure it out. And I'm too lazy to make it work. So what we're going to do is we're going to mv GitHub this remote VT proto. It's the VT proto thing, by the way. We're going to move this VT proto thing from inside of this GitHub nested folder into this current folder, right? And then we're going to basically rm -rf this github.com and we call it a day and everything should be fine, right? Because if we open up not this one, by the way, this one. How can we find this? You see, serializer index. So you see, it's the correct file because we have the serializer index already in here. Wait. This cardboard box basically is. Can we? Oh, the sun is still shining, and I basically have a very short pants on. I don't know if I can show that because my quads are basically like tree trunks. It's insane, but I don't think it's YouTube safe, by the way. I cannot show my on Twitch. People can sit in pool tubs and everything and show their fucking tits, but I cannot even show my quads here on YouTube. You know what I mean? Or I'm gonna get demonetized. What are we doing? Stream writer. Boom. Loving the actor stuff, is this your model of choice now? Yes, for distributed systems, yeah, for sure. Can you mention different models for low latency? Maybe for different use cases. Yeah, I will discuss that later on. I will discuss that. Good question, by the way. Ivan, also, in which use case does the actor model really shine? Well, it really shines in state, in distributed systems that have a lot of state. In distributed data-oriented systems. Game servers, for example. RTS games, where you have a lot of state. Players, entities all over the fucking place with their state. And you need to update that at the speed of light. And you don't want to hassle with locks. And you want to... It's data-driven, a lot of data coming in. And you want to manipulate that data in a fault-tolerant way without the need of locking your system and come into issues. Because it's easy that you're going to have some kind of a deadlock or a log that waits for something else at a certain point of time and you're never sure and you cannot test it because you can run your test 100 times, it's going to be perfectly fine, but the 101th time you're gonna hang, and who's going to test that? Nobody. Could also be the 1 millionth time. You never know, right? Maybe, yeah. I'm already tired. It's insane, the streaming thing, man. I need to... All right, so we have this thing. This is going to be so nasty. So, stream writer, we're going to invoke a couple of messages here. It's basically a slice of vector envelopes. So what we're going to do is we're going to say a stream, type ID, sender ID, target ID, serializer ID, which is going to be the index actually, right? It's going to be an int32. And then we're going to have the same thing here. Wait, we're going to have serializer lookup. And that's going to be a map of int32. Map to int32 to the index. And then, what am I doing here? Man, I sniffed bad stuff. Serializers, that's going to be make a slice of int32, I guess. Yeah. Just like that, right? So then we're going to say something like this. Copy paste actually. Serializer ID. Serializers is going to be lookup. Serializer. And that's going to be lookup. We don't know what this is actually, so we're gonna put something in like lucky number, a 666 byte, lucky number 666, true, boom, boom, boom. Look at it. Is that the devil? I think it's the devil. It's not a lucky number. I think we just wrote the devil, but it is what it is. Targets, that's gonna be serializers. Where is that coming from? Yeah, it's here. At top. Undeclared name, lookup serializer. I know. It's also wrongly spelled. Serializer. Alright, let's go to the bottom here. Let's implement that function. Func lookup serializer. The map is going to be int32, map to int32, index map to the serializer ID. Damn, this is gonna be... It's a bit weird, right? I'm gonna say this is gonna be the ID itself, which is an int32, and that's gonna be the IDs, which is gonna be a slice of int32. This is actually so nasty, but it is what it is sometimes. Sorry for cutting the explanation. Hi, this is cool. Are you using Mason Go PLS? Not quite sure. No, I have no clue. Just Go PLS. Mason. No. I'm using 0LSP. So I'm not sure about it. Maybe it's using Mason under the hood. That could be. Just an intermezzo. Tomorrow is the video, guys. Tomorrow is a video about my Vim setup, which is the most minimalistic setup you will ever see in your whole life. But people are asking for it, so I made a video. It's already on my hard disk, on my new 2 terabyte SSD, by the way, because we're gonna start recording very soon here, and we're gonna see if my PC can actually record my own stream while streaming, so I have high quality videos I can use to make videos out of again on YouTube, you know. All right, lookup serializer. So we have this stuff. How are we gonna do this? Can we copy some stuff? Let's copy this. Boom. The key is going to be ID. Shit, we already have an ID. That's so bad. Sit. From Ice Age. We don't need this key, right? We can sit. Sit. Pets, that's gonna be IDs. IDs, set maybe? Or ID? You see, copy paste not always a good idea, to be honest, but it is what it is. We're gonna return ID, set by the way, and IDs. Is that true? Too many return values. Why? Wait, so let me recap this. So we have this map. Okay, and that's why I already mentioned this, that sometimes I open up two of the same files, split it. Who's doing that? You should do that from time to time. Look at this. Because so I'm splitting the same file, and I go to the top here because I want to double check this one, the serializer lookup. You see this here? This serializer lookup is going to be this map here. Right? Sometimes I do that, just for reference, right? All right, lookup serializer. So and we're gonna call serialize, yeah. Index. Why don't we have that? Unknown field, serializer index, and structure literal. We have that. And we compile it, right? Is this again a Vim plugin shenanigans problem? Sometimes Vim I don't care. It is. You're gonna accept that error. What do you think? Serializers. We have a problem here. It's gonna be just like that, and on field. How fast can you do that in VS Code? I don't think so. It's still loading up. Exactly. That's what I was thinking. Yeah. You see, but does VS Code have that error, right? No, also not. So it's a pro and con. You know what I mean? It's pro and con. It's so look at this. The error is gone. It's basically just, I don't know what it is. Maybe some buffering shenanigans going on. So we have our, let me open up this proto file on the other side, here. So we have our serializer index here, that's set. And then our envelope has the serializers set, these serializers here. And these serializers, what's going on, man? I'm allergic to my microphone. It's this microphone thingy here. It's, I don't know. I need to clean it. It doesn't smell, but I don't know what it is. It's nasty. Yeah, so another problem we have is this ID, right? This is going to inject the ID of the serializer. You know what I mean? So what we're gonna do here is maybe in serialization, by the way, we could do something like JSON serializer. One. One for JSON. Stop, it's deleting everything I don't want. So, and then we're gonna say proto, right? What was that? Proto serializer, delete this, it's gonna be 2, right? Boom. Easy. Declared. Not anymore, man. Not anymore. Don't tell me what to do. Don't tell me what to do. You look at this! I'm freezing! Vim, by the way, the real Vim experience. Woohoo, baby! And I need to record at the same time and all that stuff. That's gonna be nasty, but hey. Belint, what up, man? Hello, my man. Welcome to the crew. Welcome to the deviation. The deviation of the tech community. Because, guys, let us be honest. It's not looking too good, right? All these people, all these videos, all these famous tech streamers these days. Damn, I need to record this. I'm gonna try. Guys, can I try something real quick? So if my stream explodes, don't worry. I will be back, right? It's gonna be fun. I'm gonna try to record real quick at the same time, okay? Frame rate, all good. Am I recording? Wait, is this true? Full-time go dev. All right, we're recording. Yes. It's fine. Frame rate, everything is good, man. Look at this, man. We are recording at the same time. So, is it? Yeah, it's fine. So basically, like I said, the tech community these days, I'm a little bit disappointed, right? And you see all these famous tech YouTubers, tech streamers on Twitch, on YouTube. These videos these days, it feels like there's only one good one, I think. There's only one that I watch myself, and I think you are the man. And that's T-Soden. T.S. Odin. Soden. Whatever you're gonna call it. This Russian guy. Soden. T.S. Soden. How do you pronounce his name? This. T.S. I think this. This name. Watch him. Watch him. Right? If you want to be good, watch that guy. Right? That's the only one. Because this guy is just like me. He doesn't care. You know what I mean? We are just making stuff. And we don't care about the rest. Right? We don't care about all this fugazi going on, right? And you have other streamers, and they are basically completely out of inspiration, right? What are they doing? The only thing they do is basically interviewing people, and they are reacting to videos, and they are complaining like TypeScript is so bad. JavaScript shouldn't exist. Shut the fuck up, man. Just code, and it is what it is. What you gonna do if you lose your leg in a car accident? Are you gonna cry all your life? No, man. You're just gonna make one big quad, like one big quad. You squat with one leg, right? You're gonna kick somebody in his head with one leg. It is what it is. It's a little bit it's a little bit harder, but stop complaining and start building, right? That's the problem that I see in the tech community, and it's the same thing with the Twitter. Twitter open sourced his algorithm. Is a part of the algorithm, like the recommendations algorithm. And it's pretty funny because the first thing that happened is everybody was making pull requests, right? Rewrite in this language, rewrite in that language. This is not good. Please, can you fix this? Please, this is not good. What a type name is that? What a variable name is that? Look at this large function. Nobody can. Tech community. It's the classic Twitter, Reddit, YouTube garbage people, you know? Instead of basically making contributions that really matters, no, they're gonna bash they're gonna bash the developers that made it. Isn't that crazy? You know what I mean? Like it's super simple to maintain a large code base that is being used by billions of users. It's super hard, right? But these guys, they don't know because they are still basically doing their CSS tutorial and they're gonna complain, you know what I mean? It's crazy. So the tech community, guys, is completely fucked up. It's done. It's GG. Game's over. You know what I mean? But we are here. We are the deviation alongside this other guy here, TS Odin. I don't know. Tsering is a special name. This guy also doesn't give a fucking shit, right? And he makes cool stuff and he's very good. And he's also sometimes funny. That's the only guy, and all the rest, dumpster. Dubster, new house looks amazing. The only thing you see is a fucking cardboard box. What the fuck are you talking about? Oh, man. I like the fact you program stuff without too many dependencies, framework upon framework. Yeah, you need to learn that, right? Because most of the people, they think they are coding, but they are basically just doing npm install. That's not coding, right? And configuring. Right? Looking at the readmes, they are basically the whole day in the readme, right? Yeah, they are basically the whole day in the readme. Friday, readme. Monday, readme. Tuesday, readme. Wednesday, readme. And then it's configured. And they are programmers. They are no programmers. They are configurators, right? It doesn't matter. No BS programming, exactly. T. Soden. Yeah, this guy. He's amazing. Yeah, he's a very talented guy. That's what it is. I don't know. He's like, I always tell that I'm the undisputed champion, but I'm not quite sure. I'm not sure. This guy gets my he's get my respect. Hey, I'm humble. I will be humble. All right. We have a JSON serializer ID and we have a proto serializer ID. Yeah. And now. So what we're going to do is basically, we are going to say here, this serialize, this interface, right? We're going to give this one more method. And we're going to give this the ID method, which is going to return an int32, right? So that basically means that we could do, it's pretty fun. I'm actually saving my stream and everything, and I'm recording my stream at my new hard disk, and then I'm streaming it. Life feels good, man. Life feels good sometimes. Senior configurator, Lars. It is what it is. Senior configurator. Like I said, if you work at Trading Light, you're gonna choke. Everybody's gonna choke. You never seen something like that. You're gonna fucking choke because we don't talk we talk on a whole other language. It's Go, but it's Go faster than you ever gonna experience it. We basically do everything so it's custom. It's custom. It's so hard to basically context switch. Anyway, JSON serializer. ID, right. Okay, cool. Deserialize. Man, it's so hot here, man. I need to... JSON serializer ID int32 return JSON ID. It's easy as that. But it's on one line. Shut the fuck up. It's fine. Now we're going to copy this and we're going to implement that for the JSON serializer here. Boom. Boom. Proto serializer, I mean. Proto. Just like that. Oh. One big mistake is going to be the proto. You see, copy paste, not always good. Not always good. Sometimes bad news. Okay, cool. So now we have this ID. So why do we need this ID? Well, we need that because we are going to... And we're going to search for the devil. Wait, that's in stream, right, I guess. Yeah, that's what I need. Here. So now we're going to say this here. This 666 thingy, the devil, we're going to change that to S serializer ID. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful. Kimati Kirimi. Sorry, do you mind explaining today's stream? I don't get the with Netflix of coding. Well, the Netflix of coding is because I am the Netflix of coding. Some people work at Netflix, right? And write JavaScript or TypeScript and cry. Some people are the Netflix of programming. It's basically the Netflix, but for programming. You know what I mean? It's just a matter of time, or they basically discover me, and you can basically watch Netflix. Me. If that makes sense. That's why I say I'm the Netflix of programming. I'm the deviation of the tech community. I'm the alpha and the omega. It's not true. It's not true. It's just, how do you say that? It's an analogy or something? I don't know. The Netflix of programming. It's how do you say? It's a joke, right? It's a joke. But we all know it's not a joke, but it's meant as a joke, but it's actually getting reality. You know what I mean? Code flicks. Yeah. Low-level Vim movements. That's true. Low-level. I don't use any high-level Vim movements. Just low-level stuff. Just 3 buttons. I stopped. I learned Vim at a certain point of time, and I stopped. I stopped going deeper and deeper in, because there are people that can. A lot of people use, for example, if they want to go up, they do like I don't know, 10G or something, or 10K. I don't do that. I just scroll around and use the basics. All right. So now we have this idea. The next thing we're gonna do is basically the serialization itself, right? This one. Is this gonna work? We didn't implement that. Also true. Here, this one. JSON serializer. Deserialize. We're gonna say return JSON. Is it Marshall? Marshall. Or unmarshal. It's Marshall, right? Easy. And then we're going to say deserialize. Here is the problem. This deserialize is the cause of all evil. And you will see why. Because we're going to say something like... JSON. If R is JSON unmarshal, and it's going to be this data, and we also need a V, an interface, right? And if the error is not null, we're going to return null and the error, right? And otherwise, we're going to return this V null. That's how it's going to work. Of course, compiler is complaining, of course, because the question mark is not going to work. Skyline, how are you doing, Anthony? I'm doing fine, man. What about you? I think you're a bit wrong on the VS Code, though. How do you mean? But I do prefer you than Netflix. What do you mean I'm wrong about the VS Code? Tell me. Tell me everything. I'm confused. Okay, so how are we going to do this? This should be something, but we don't know what it is. We know that it's we know the bytes of this thing. We know the name of this thing, which is in our case, in our test, is going to be a foo bar, right? It's going to be a foo bar, which is going to be a structure, right? In our case, in our test case. But we don't know that is a struct. Actually, to be honest, the program is stupid. The only thing you know, the only thing it's going to get here is a string of foo bar, right? That's the only thing it's going to get, right? So now we need to have some kind of a type registry. So if you think about this, how does protobuffer do this, right? Protobuffer does this, and it's called, let me delete this question marks real quick, because let's do v any for something like that. All right, for the compiler, just for the compiler here, by the way. Boom, boom, boom. Bam. Right, so how does protobuf this? If we check protobuf, protobuf has something that is called the proto registry, right? And the proto registry has some global types, and you can find a message by name. It's basically a global map, mutex locked map for no reason at all. Well, maybe, but if you do it, if you use it smart, you don't need any mutex to lock that global map, but it is Google, and they mutex all the things because they know all of you are basically stupid and you're gonna misuse that. So that's why they do it. Athena service, it has become a lot faster, and the amount of hotkeys you have for actions are insane. Yeah, it's true. Like I said, I'm using VS Code all the time. I used VS Code for 2 years or something, or for maybe a year and a half extensively, and it's very fast, but not always. And searching, like I have a video about it, recorded this morning, and I'm going to release it tomorrow. Why I swapped back to Vim, and what is my setup in Vim. Very minimalistic, no setup at all actually. That's the video for tomorrow. But don't get me wrong, VS Code as good in a lot of things, right? It's very good because I think it's the syntax highlighting and the spacing and the control and for streaming purposes, for streaming and for education, I think VS Code is better. I'm not gonna lie. But for myself, I'm most of the time, I'm basically, like I said, I'm jumping out of my project. I'm going to another project, and I just like this for me is important. Like Vim, boom, and I'm here, and I'm basically back at my stream, writer here, boom, and I'm back, right? And then I need to do a TS disable highlight because I don't like it. Tree sitter, right? That's impossible to do in VS Code, right? Don't tell me it is, because it isn't, because I use it. It needs to load a little bit up. Always. It's faster than every other IDE. That's true. VS Code is good. It's the best editor, in my opinion, by far, by a long shot. But Vim, in my opinion, is not really an editor. It's just a terminal. So it's different. It's just it renders characters on the screen, and you can manipulate it. That's Vim for me, and that's why I like it, because it's minimalistic and no BS. By the way, I have not seen you use context.context. Yeah, but guys, listen, like context.context is nice, but it's also again of these. I use context when I need to use context. When I really need to. When I really have a function that I'm going to spin up, and I'm sure that there is a possibility. By the way, and there's a possibility that's going to hang and it's going to cancel at a timeout or something. But context, the main purpose of context, why it's created, is not for the cancellations. It was for basically have a context between requests. You start a request somewhere in a handler, and you do a request to another to another function, and another function in a Go routine, and again, and you share the same context, parent with childs, across all your functions, and everything inside your context, which needs to be interfaced casts, which you need to cast to the type, is concurrent safe. That's the reason of context, and I don't like it. I don't like that. Especially not if you know. It's getting more of an idiom in Golang, but I don't like it. I never like context. Most of the time, it's a context to do for me anyway. Most of the time, I really think, why is there a context here? Why? But they provide it because it's idiomatic. I don't like it, right? But I'm using it when I need to. And for example, I have something here in, I think it's request. No, it's not request, it's engine. Engine, let me show you something. Here, request, right? You see, I always have a timeout, right? There's a request, and I know from myself that in the framework, if you call a request, it could be that the process you're requesting something from is not going to respond. It's not going to respond because it's a low latency. It's made for low latency systems. Sometimes you want to have a low, how do you say that? A soft real-time system. That basically means that you expect some kind of a latency, right? In HTTP, you don't expect that. HTTP, you think, okay, everything 100 ms, fine. Is it sometimes 120 ms? Also fine. Sometimes it's maybe 200 ms. Well, that's probably sometimes nobody cares that it needs to load his to-do list a little longer, right? Nobody cares about that. From time to time. Of course, everybody wants a fast program, but in HTTP, it doesn't really matter. But if you make trading engine, if you make for example, RTS games, game service, it needs to, and you have a tick server, it needs to tick at, for example, Counter-Strike 64 or 60, I don't know, 64 ticks or something, these servers, which is bad in my opinion. It should be 120 ticks or something like that. Hey, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm not a specialist in Counter-Strike servers. But in Hollywood, you can specify a request, right? And you can specify the timeout. So you could say, hey, I want to be a latency of 40 milliseconds, for example. And you can or 30 milliseconds, or maybe 20 milliseconds, whatever. You can specify the timeout, and then it's basically going to... It's a good thing. What's it gonna do? Response. Timeout here, and it's going to... You see? Here! Hey! What do... Here! Look at this! Context with timeout. You don't use context. Of course I use context when I need to. You know what I mean? I could easily do it without a context, but hey, why not? I like it. So that's why. Alright, back to Streamwriter, eh? Boom. It's getting so hot, it's crazy. 128 ticks above that's best. Yeah, okay, Jules, that's something like that. You're right, something like that. But you can see where it's going if you want to have a low latency system that's deterministic. You could use context to basically cancel everything that's too late or something and error out or whatever, right? Because sometimes, believe it or not, sometimes it's better to not receive anything than something too late. You know what I mean? For example, sports betting, advertising, in the advertising space where some people bet or auction advertisements at a certain time, and you, or an order, I don't know, sometimes you don't want your order to be executed if you're too late, because your algorithm, if you're doing a trading, for example, a trading algorithm or something that trades, and you expect a latency of 10 ms or 15 ms or 20 ms, and you backtest it in that kind of way, in that kind of error spectrum, but suddenly the request comes in at 30 or 40 ms, then you don't want your order to be executed, right? Then you rather have an error and do not execute it at all than execute it too late, because you're going to have undeterministic results. That's what it is. You make sense. Yeah, please, thank you. You're the first. I wish more people say that to me. And to be honest, guys, back when I was younger at school, they say I didn't make any sense, and I was ashamed for my parents. Can you imagine that? Look at me now. Oh, look at me now. All right, what are we doing? It's so hard to get back up to speed here. Man, it feels like I'm streaming for 4 hours, but it's only 1 hour. Can you imagine that? Counting down. Okay, the Serializer. Yeah. That's fine. Yes. Here. Here. Here, this foobar thingy, right? So, how are we going to deserialize this data, which we don't know what it is? We only know the name of the type, which is a foobar. How are we going to do that? Dude, you're so hot, what the fuck? Hey. Thanks, man. Thanks. Thank you so much. I wish more girls would say that to me. It is what it is. How are we going to do this? For Proto, like I mentioned before, Proto has a global registry, a global map where they store all that stuff. And I think, to be honest, that I have something Proto-reg. Look at this. This is something, but this is for Proto. How can we do this? How can we fucking do this? I think we need to make a registry, but that's annoying because it's the same thing with GOP, with Golang GOP encoder, right? You need to basically have in a funky init or something, right? In a funky init, and then you're basically going to say, you say GOP.register, right? And then you're going to say, for example, you have a type here, it's going to be type foo struct, Boom, boom, boom. And then I don't think, is it for structs? I don't think for, but I think for interface or something. I don't know. You need to specify this add foo. Something like that, right? So it basically knows that this is annoying. This is not easy. Because that's annoying, right? If users need to specify and need to register their types, that sounds like bad library behavior. By the way, the sun is still shining. I cannot remove the cardboard box. It doesn't look like anything, but hey, I will buy a tree or something to put into the place. Some nice tree, eh? What do you think? What do you think about that? Right, so you can see that even making a simple in a library, making in a framework, making a simple option to have a custom serializer is already complicated, right? Although if it was easy, I would already did it, right? But this is for the VT marshal. This doesn't matter. This is fine. We don't need this. Maybe I'm getting robbed. I have no clue what's going on. I will take care of this motherfucker later on. Alright, they can wait for a bit, right? Because the most important thing is here. It's my computer, it's my keyboard, and everything. It's fine. My kids are in. I don't know if they take their way, they will find their way back, right? Because they are basically my kids. They know how to handle stuff. Trained by the best. Built to kill. They don't hesitate. You know what I mean? And you as a man, you can never hesitate, right? If you're in a club or something, or you're in the street with your girl, and there's maybe one tip I'm gonna give you. It's completely off topic, right? And we need to keep this between us, right? Because, and the thing is that if you ever encounter, I hope you never do that, but if you ever encounter some, sometimes it can, right? You're in a party, people are drinking, right? They drink too much, they are depressed, they are fat, they think they are the man because they're friends, and they drink too much and their confidence is rising. You know what I mean? These guys, right? And then sometimes they, you know, a little tiki-taka, and then they come to you and you can never hesitate. You know what I mean? You're not gonna say, hey guy, what's up, what's going on, and some pushing. Never do that. You either run or you basically break his face. There are two options, right? You don't talk, you don't negotiate, you just run, or you knock him out. And if you don't knock him out from the first time, you try it from the second time. And if it doesn't work from the second time, you're an idiot and you need to run either way, right? But there are two options. You run or you hit. That's what it is. That's the only options, right? Violence doesn't solve anything. But you cannot risk. Because, listen guys, when I was younger, right? When I was young, I'm 36. When I was 16, when I was 18, and we had trouble, because everybody has some trouble sometimes, right? In the club or at school or at the gym or wherever you are. And we had some beef with somebody. It doesn't matter. We just had a good fight and we stopped. Nobody was head kicking. Nobody was basically killing you or stabbing with knives, or they came back with 10 friends. You know, you knock one out, and then at 10 minutes they come with 10 people out of a fucking black Mercedes Benz or something, and they stab you or they shoot you. In my time, that didn't exist, right? You just had a fight, and somebody had enough, and that's it. You shook each other's hand, and it was done, right? And all these other friends, they were just watching, and they go home or whatever, you just continue party. But these days, you cannot risk being in trouble, right? You either knock the fuck out or you run, because you're gonna get stabbed, you're gonna get shot, you're gonna get smacked with a broken glass in your neck, right? And it's just one misstep or one, and you're dead, right? You're in the hospital. You know what I mean? So you cannot either run or basically make him sleep, right? That's the thing. Strike fast and precise. That's the thing, right? That's a problem. Most of the time you don't strike precise because in the heat of the moment, right? Everybody at the gym, right? At the boxing sack, right? At the boxing bag, and everybody's doing these nice and flowy movements, a nice shoulder and dip and slip and whoop up. But in the real life, you're gonna be full of adrenaline and it's gonna be so fast, and you're gonna probably break your hand or your thumb because you're not gonna have the correct thingy, and you need to hit with these two knuckles, right? You have two knuckles. What the hell is going on? These two, right? You need to hit with two knuckles. That's what you need to hit. And it's not going to happen, right? You're going to be in a wrong spot and you're going to break your hand because you're in the heat of the moment, right? Unless you're a professional, maybe then you're going to do pretty fine. But amateurs like us, we are going to be, I don't know, we're just going to hit like a man, of course, but probably we're gonna hit them here or something, and it's gonna hurt, right? Or fucking our hand will be broken. But hey, as long as he's to sleep, it's fine. So we can run and call it a day. All right. Oh man, so hard to concentrate. So the biggest problem here, right? This deserialization. So I think there is no other solution here than let the users of the library basically register. And that basically means that if we open up, let's delete this, right? Let's open up a remote test here. And I'm recording still, man. 30 minutes of recording. It's amazing. Yeah, like this, right? This is test JSON serialization. We're going to do this, right? Register type. So we could do something like that. Register type. And it's going to be this foobar here. Something like that. Foobar, right? Yeah, I know. It's going to be something else, another register, right? A register that doesn't exist, right? Something like that. Let's comment it out for the compiler, right? Wing Chun uses a vertical punch. Just came in and Anthony talking about how to knock people properly out. GG content, cheese from Peru. Hey, look there, man. You know, sometimes, like I said, hey, we need to, like I said, you cannot discuss. Like violence doesn't solve anything, but by the end of the day, it's your life. It's the life of your kids. It's the life of your girlfriend. It's the life of your parents. You cannot take the risk. Never. You cannot take any risks. So you run, or you go full ham. You commit. You know what I mean? Commit. Don't yada yada. Right? Don't TypeScript. TypeScript is so bad. No. You either commit or you go home, right? It is what it is. It's one of these two. If you don't want to write TypeScript, then you never write TypeScript. Don't talk about TypeScript. Just ban TypeScript out of your life. Be a man and write something else, right? But if your job forces you to write TypeScript, then you have, and you're basically, I don't know, maybe you're you are just in a bad place, isn't it? No names. I'm not calling any name here. Now I'm sick and tired of this cardboard box. Ha! Look at this. Isn't this better? And look at this who I have. Look at him. Do you remember him, guys? Let's look at him. Look at him. This is the mascot. This was always on my thing. On my closets in the old streams. Look at that. Haha! Alright, so what we're gonna do, so we are basically stopping at this problem, at this foobar problem, because it's too hard and I cannot focus anymore. So I think the angle is going to be the register type angle. It's going to be a register type angle, it's going to be a map angle, it's going to be that angle. That's what we're going to do. It's very easy. We could do it, but we're going to not do it. We're going to do something else on the stream right now. What do you think? Or maybe I should do it. Well, I need to think about this because we already have a proto-reg, right? We already have this thing, this proto-reg, right? Maybe I could rename it and call it types registry or something, where we can both register prototypes and JSON types. It's a bit annoying. Maybe I come up with a better solution. Maybe I can come up with a better solution. I don't know. But for now, very hard to focus. So yes, I'm gonna answer some questions and talk about some stuff, right? If you have some code you want me to review, send it right now. If you want need to take a look at something, send it me on the chat. If Nightbot is banning you, then write it in the Discord channel and say that it's in the Discord channel so I can go to the Discord channel, open up that link and see nudes on my other screen so I can ban you. No, just send a link into Discord and then I'm going to open it and then we're going to discuss some code reviews or something else or whatever you want to. It doesn't really matter, right? Okay, what do we have? Bus time. Hey, Anthony, what up, man? Came in for the coding, get club advice, and that's why I'm subbed. Yeah, man, sometimes variety. I'm going to make more videos, by the way. So if you want to see more focused coding videos, they come on YouTube, of course, on the Patreon, and on the Full-Time Go Dev, right? Full-Time Go Dev is basically a course. I'm going to open it up and make some advertisement, right? Because why not? I'm not sponsored by by some fucking VPN. They send me mails every day. Yeah, can you? No, man. I'm not gonna talk about your stupid VPN. Leave me the fuck alone. Unless you have big money on the table, right? Not your $250 for a simple. Are you crazy? Are you crazy? You're gonna pay me much more. Times 10, and then we can talk. Times 10, and then we can talk. That's how it is. Yeah. So basically, for the people that don't know, a couple of months ago, I had the plan to make a course. Although I'm not a big fan of courses, I think they are a scam. So, but I still did it, right? I still made a website and everything, and it's called Full-Time Go Dev because it's just amazing. But I stopped the course because I didn't feel good, right? I thought courses for scammers and a course yada yada, and so I basically canceled it. But people are kept mailing me, when is it open? I want to see this course. How can I enroll? It would be stupid. I would be a complete retard to not do it. I would be a complete retard, right? It's basically it's stupid. And I'm not the smartest guy, but I'm not that stupid. So I basically decided to do it to do it, right? And it's good because it's by me. It's because it's an organic course, It's complete new. Like I said, I'm setting metas. You know what I mean? I'm setting metas. I'm not copying people. I'm making new stuff. This is an organic course. That basically means that every single thing in this course is organic and not scripted, right? Because how cool is it? It's not that cool to see somebody explaining something that he already did, right? So I'm basically coding and explaining stuff organically. So I make mistakes. So you can see me making mistakes. So you can also see me fixing these mistakes. And all that stuff. It's important because, like I said, the most important thing in programming is the trial and error phase, right? It's the trial and error. It's the problem solving skills you need to basically have. Right? How to solve a problem, how to come into an, oh shit, we made this, but it's not gonna work. Why? Oh, probably like this. Maybe we're gonna try this, it's not working. We're gonna try something else, it's also not working. What the fuck we need to do? We're gonna be frustrated, and then suddenly we come to a solution. You know what I mean? That's important because these aha moments, these, how do you say that? These eureka moments are the most important moments in your life. And that's exactly what it's in here. You know what I mean? It's, yeah, Full-Time Go Dev. Check it out. You can see the curriculum stuff. It's still in pre-order, but by the end of the month, it's going to be completely done. The first chapter is already online, I think. So, yeah. Hey, that was basically my own sponsorship. Thanks, Anthony. All right. What does the chat has? Real programming using Vim, low-level programming language, real go. Thanks. Thank you. Although back in the beginning of my YouTube career, we did much more low-level stuff and much more coding. But the problem is, the people not always like that, right? I only have 12 to 20 viewers, and if I do something else, like some full stack stuff, then I have 80 viewers. You know what I mean? People don't want to see low-level stuff anymore. That's I don't know. That's a shame. How come you're not using Copilot? Because I don't need a Copilot. You know what I mean? I have one seat. I have one fucking seat. You know what I mean? One seat. There's one place here. You see? Look at these. One place. There is no place for a Copilot in my house. I am the driver's seat. There is no AI. There is nobody else. There is no pair programmer that will ever basically write code in my editor. It's not gonna happen. The only thing that is okay are suggestions. Like these you see, like this, var, enter. That's the only thing. It's just because I'm lazy, right? I don't want to have bytes in my program that I did not think of. Because what a lot of people don't understand is that they think, on Twitter, for example, I need to ban these guys every single day, right? And it takes me a lot of time, and I do it when I'm taking a shit at the toilet. I'm banning these boys. These Chat, GPT, and Copilot boys, right? Because they say, oh, and look at this, I have no coding experience, and I made a Flappy Bird game by Chat GPT 4, whatever it is. Maybe it's 5 in a couple months, who knows, right? But does he know how to make that game now? No. No, he didn't. He has a Flappy Bird game, which already exists, right? Which already exists. It's made by Chat GPT 4, and he has no coding experience. What benefit does he has in his life, right? Nothing, because he don't know how to program. Also, after thing, he doesn't know. If you want to make a special Flappy Bird game with special mechanics, with special new improvised new mechanics that doesn't exist yet in the world, which is making a game, right? If you want to make a game, you're gonna experiment with new mechanics, with new fresh mechanics that nobody experienced, and that's what ChatGPT 4 cannot do for you. It can only predict based on what it knows. It can only predict based on his trained data. So it cannot give you new Flappy Bird. So this guy just wastes his time and mine, right? So if I write code, I want to think about something I wrote, right? I see a problem, and I want to think about on how to solve that, and I don't want to have something that does that for me, because that basically it does not train me. You're training the language model of ChatGPT 4. You're not training your language model. And that's how you become better over time. If you do that for 10, for 15 years, you're gonna be so fucking full of patterns in your head. Patterns. Hard-coded patterns. Not like code, but patterns. Like, you have a problem. Oh, I can maybe solve that with something I did before there, and it was that kind of pattern, and maybe I can reuse that, but a little bit different. That's what programming is about, right? And if you keep using all these tools that does it for you, then you're not going to train your own vocabulary anymore. You're not going to train your logical thinking. You're going to be stupid. You know what I mean? Although I use ChatGPT GPT-4 myself, 3 actually. I use it myself, but for more, I use it as a Google replacement, right? For example, if I was basically doing my Vim configuration, and I wanted to know something, how I could set, what was it? Some simple option. It's just an option, and I didn't know how to set it. So I basically asked GPT-4, I cannot even pronounce that stupid. And I asked him, and he gave me some kind of an answer which guided me in the right direction, right? Is that training my patterns? No, it's not training my patterns. It's just I'm I don't want to browse Google because I probably gonna end up with a Stack Overflow that's not correct, and I need to click the next link and maybe click another link, and 25,000 cookie pop-ups I need to click, and then I'm basically completely frustrated. So I'm just gonna ask ChatGPT 3 or 4 or whatever number, and he's going to give me the answer directly. That's why I'm using it, right? That's why I'm using it for, but not for solutions. No go. And GitHub Copilot is even bad. Why would you even try this, right? Although it's a nice piece of technology, don't get me wrong, but it's not AI. Everybody thinks it's AI, and it's AI. It's just a simple language model that basically predicts based on, and people think it's going to replace jobs, but that's because they are stupid, right? That's you're never going to see a serious, respectable programmer talk about ChatGPT 4 like all these other people on Twitter, because they are basically, they just want to sell you something, right? They just want to have followers and it's hype, and they're complete dog shit. They are garbage. I block them every single day. I don't care who they are, how much money they make. You suck, right? Simple. All right. But I use it for simple things like how to do this, boom. For example, I was writing also in Odin, which is not a language. I wrote an editor in Odin, or I was trying to make one. And I want to look up some syntax, right? Like, for example, how can I do this syntax for a for loop or something, whatever. It was not a for loop or something different. And because otherwise I need to Google, check the documentation. Where is the documentation? Who knows? Asking ChatGPT 3, and it could not answer me because the language was too new. Right? But for such things, or maybe an SQL query, right? A simple SQL query. Something like that. All right. Haha, you're a new dev. Yes, I am new. Anthony, do we get access to more of your content if we become Patreons? Yes. Yes. Look at this. I will show you, right? "46 posts, Golang." This is my thing. Look at all these videos. Continuation of the LMAX implementation in Hollywood. Implementing the LMAX disruptor in Hollywood. Hollywood's adding a subscriber suggestions. This is things that you cannot post on YouTube because people have no clue what's going on. You know what I mean? People don't know what it is. It's advanced. It's advanced stuff, right? Because people don't know. If I say, if I post this on YouTube, implementing the LMAX disruptor in Hollywood, they don't click it because, what is an LMAX disruptor? And they go back to fucking Fortnite. You know? Hey. I cannot do this. I cannot do this on YouTube. So these are Patreon videos, exclusive videos. It's full. Like I said, it's insane. It's so cheap to do. Also, it's I don't know. If I had myself when I was younger, oh my god, it was crazy. Here implementing hooks, actor, how I made this thing, right? How I made this fucking framework. Boom, boom, boom. Videos here. Exploring Branca, an alternative for GBT. Nobody have a fucking clue what Branca is. My Patreons know what Branca is. You don't. You do not. Right? Another thing. An intro to the actor model. Yada yada. Building a blockchain. 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8. And so on and so on. God damn it. This is a fucking real deal. Whose Patreon has this? Nobody. Nobody has that stuff, right? I'm the only one in the fucking world. I'm undisputed. I'm the GSP of programming. I'm the Netflix of programming. Prove me wrong. All right. Roman Konstantinovsky. Hi Anthony, I just started learn Golang and I'm happy I found your videos. They're full of specific humor and at the same time they give me so much useful information. Thanks a lot. The pleasure is mine, man. Thanks for being, for believing in me. What do you think about AI replacing software engineers? Never. They're gonna replace a lot of software engineers, yes. The garbage ones. The configurators, right? Because AI can basically do npm install. That's easy. The only one that I love is ego. But guys, listen, for example, again, I'm going to repeat this. This is also a little bit of a character, guys. Listen, hey, there's a little bit of a personality going on here, right? Of course, I know that I'm a little bit of exaggerating, or how do you say that? I'm a little bit of... Don't take it with a grain of salt, you know what I mean? Hey, it's a joke. It's not. And you missed my question. Best time. I need to go up, man. Best time. Where is he? Best time. Key. Best time. No coding jobs in my area at all, let alone lower level language. Haha. Terrible country things. Oof. Wait, where is this question, boss? Backend system for HTF. Algos! Boss. Hear. For someone who has never learned a lower level language, which is better choice to learn between Go and Rust? Go and Rust are basically two completely different languages. Go, if you need to choose between Go and Rust to learn, I would start Go. And it's not because Rust is a better language, or Go is a better language than Rust, or Rust is worse. It's because in programming, there is one important thing, and that's coming to your solution as fast as possible with a decent amount of tooling, with a decent amount of syntax, with a decent amount of dopamine and developer happiness, right? That's the only thing, and a decent amount of performance. And I think Golang is a little bit better for doing that. And Golang is a little bit more versatile, while Rust is more specific for very low-level stuff, right? If you want to do very low-level stuff, most preferably not network involving. What the hell is going on? I'm beating my mic, just like Bob Ross is brush. You know what I mean? I miss this guy so much. When I was smoking weed back in the days, I was watching Bob Ross stone as fuck. That was so amazing. I would go for Go, right? Because Rust is, for a beginner, Rust is can be challenging, right? It can be challenging to do, right? And if you want to know the answer on what is going to be the best language to learn as a new programmer, JavaScript, no doubt, right? There is no discussion, right? JavaScript is the thing you need to learn as a new developer because you're going to land a job. It's going to be much more easier to land a job. It has a universal syntax, so it basically means that if you know JavaScript, you're basically very easily going to migrate to other languages because it's a very it's a very default way of programming stuff, right? JavaScript. A lot of similarities with other languages. And you can write and front-end and back-end, and you're going to get hired much more faster, right? And after you have a couple years of experience with JavaScript and with web development and how all these toolings work, then you can basically explore other languages and choose your path, right? I'm going to be a backend engineer, systems engineer, distributed system engineer, blockchain engineer, full stack engineer, quant engineer. That's my opinion. You know what I mean? There is no such thing as a bad language or a good language. It's just... you need to be smart. Just be smart and pick the language that you can solve your solutions to fast as soon as possible, without too much hassle, right? Without too much of a syntax lookup, without too much of a shenanigans going on. Pick that language, right? If JavaScript was fast, then we would all be keep writing JavaScript or something like that. If you know what I mean. All right. But JavaScript has a lot of stupid stuff that will make beginners confused. That's not true. That's because you on Twitter and you on YouTube are basically completely out of inspiration. So you're gonna make all these videos about this crazy syntax, what you could do with JavaScript and TypeScript, to confuse all the beginner programmers, so you can look much smarter than you actually are. That's the problem. You can write simple JavaScript. You can write simple JavaScript. You make it as complex as you want. It's the same thing with life, right? Everybody is depressed, and I hate my job, and I hate my wife, and I hate my kids, and I hate my dog, and I hate my neighbor, and the grass I need to cut the grass, and I need to do this, I need to go groceries, and I need to visit this stupid friend that actually is not my friend, but he's my friend, so I need to visit him, and my life sucks, and I'm too fat. It's because you make life as complex as you want. I have no friends, so I don't have that responsibility. You know what I mean? It's easy. I'm not fat because I go to the gym. You know? It's the same thing with programming. Don't make it complex, and it's all good. You know what I mean? Keep it simple. Don't try to be smarter. Don't try to confuse people to look more smarter. Right? That's not true. Make it simple. What is that plugin on NeoVim? What plugin? I have a video, by the way. Video comes tomorrow about the switch from VS Code to NeoVim and the configuration and all that stuff. But you're right, Kevin. Like TypeScript can be confusing. That's true. I like TypeScript, but it's just the typing system can be so annoying. If you wanna, for example, I remember I was using that library, and I was using that with TypeScript. What was it? Use query. Something use query hook thingy, and I needed to the type I needed to provide to make that work is nasty. That was like, oh my goodness. It's like you want to do a simple thing, a very simple thing, but it took you 1 hour to figure out the type and the correct order and the brackets and everything to make that work, to make it compile. But I choose at that moment to write TypeScript, so I need to take it like a man. But I think it doesn't make any sense. But hey. JavaScript is the most versatile language. Correct. And it's very fast. Advanced TypeScript is so unreadable. That's true. That's true. Like I said, TypeScript, yeah, it is what it is. But React Query, that's it. React Query. Is it? Yeah, I think it is. By the way, let me find this shenanigans. By the way, it's one of my repos. 11U shit. To be honest, 11U. Here. It's source code from a company that I'm still access to. I don't give a shit. I'm a majority shareholder still. All right. So we're going to have this thing. Look at this. It's all TypeScript, right? So it's going to use Axios. Look at this. Where can we find that? Use sync subscriptions. What is he doing actually, by the way? Hey, pretty clean, right? Pretty clean of our boy. Good job, Oktar. Good job. Oktar did a good job. Onboarding data change. Clean. This guy's splitting things up, man. He's doing good stuff. Let's bump up the thing. It's private repo, so you cannot find it. Do we use query? Do we have that thing? This is fine. This is kind of fine. This is not. This use query also. This is kind of fine yet. This is kind of fine. It was some more complex behavior. Maybe I was basically too stupid. That could also be something. It doesn't matter. It looks fine, by the way. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I was basically just so bad at TypeScript that I was doing things that I don't need to do. It's fine. It's all good. And if you want to see my my Vim configuration, let me open up. It's on GitHub, by the way. But it's tomorrow the video will be released, but you can already see because you guys are stream watchers. The MV configuration, it's very simple. Init.lua, open up this thing, boom. It's only 173. Easy peasy. Maybe I can make it better. I don't know. I'm not a Vim configurator. You know? Easy peasy. That's it. Add /.mvim, by the way. Damn, TypeScript is so unreadable now. Not gonna lie. Yeah, Jet. It's not the most aesthetic language. That's a fact. Golang wants to make outgoing connections when you use their net HTTP. Yes. JavaScript is a hipster language, but it needs to be in your stack. Yeah, it's true. Like JavaScript is the language you need to learn as a beginner programmer, for sure, right? Of course, for a job, right? But you could learn C++ and all that low-level stuff, but you're not gonna find a job, right? You're gonna make $0, right? Because there is, like I said, and I'm gonna say it once again, Rust development, low-level development, distributed systems, blockchain development is a binary job opportunity. That means, what do I mean by a binary job opportunity? Well, if you're a JavaScript developer, you're not a binary, you're a versatile developer. That basically means you can know a little bit of JavaScript and a little bit of tooling, a little bit of CSS, a little bit of the HTML, div, yada yada. There's a good chance you're gonna get hired. And that's fine. That's how it needs to be. You need to be hired so you can make money, can use your free time to explore other languages, to get better, and level up. It's like World of Warcraft. You level up, right? I'm leveling up each day, you know? I'm leveling up. But if you want to be a low-level, like I said, if you want to be a low-level developer like blockchain, trading systems, Rust, C++, all these systems programming, quants and all that stuff, it's a binary job opportunity. Why? They're either gonna hire the best or not at all. There is no in between, right? They're not gonna hire somebody that's he's a senior, but yeah, he knows his things, but I'm not quite convinced. Not hired. You need to stand out. You need to be good. You need to be very, very, very good. You need to know your shit. And it's not like you need to be a good Rust programmer or you need to be a good C++ programmer. You need to be a good programmer. You need to be a problem solver. You need to be a thinker. You need to open your mouth and force your opinions. That's important. You know what I mean? You need to overgrow your colleagues. You need to make sense. You know what I mean? You need to make sense. You need to know a lot of stuff. And the only way you're going to get there is by experience, right? Is by putting in the hours, right? Explore a lot of stuff, make a lot of projects. If you open up my GitHub, I have projects from artificial intelligence, like, how do you call that? Reinforcement learning. AI, I made a curve even in reinforcement. I have machine learning, classifying emails. I have blockchains, smart contracts, distributed systems, websites. Broad spectrum, right? I have actor model frameworks. I have a variety of things. I have games. I have programming languages. I'm making a programming language right now at my job. You know what I mean? Scripting language. So I am implementing that right now in my day job. So it's because I experiment with these things all my life in my free time. That's where true experience comes from, right? That's where the binary job opportunities are. Not, I'm going to go to my job, I'm going to write a little bit of CSS, a little bit of HTML, and a little bit of JavaScript. And then I go home and I'm going to play Fortnite, League of Legends, or Call of Duty. That's not going to work, my friend. It's not going to work. You know what I mean? It's not going to fucking work. That's not that's not how the world works. You know what I mean? All right. Man just said so from the beginning. Yeah, it is. Sometimes you need to reset. Not going to lie, I'm a TypeScript dev, but Golang is a mistress that makes me want to leave my wife. Oh yeah, that's nice. But hey, Golang also has its quirks. Don't get me wrong. Golang it's so fucking simple. There is so less of a syntax that I like it, because like I said, I won the Nobel Prize for simplification, right? I don't like to, like in Rust you can do a lot of things, right? It can be handy, but you can do way too much. You can do way too much. Rust would be so much better if it could do a little bit less, and you need to provide a little bit more context, a little bit more boilerplate, a little bit more verbose. But it can do so much. So you're basically not programming anymore. You're basically continuously fighting syntax, right? Okay, is this okay? you're continuously doubting yourself in that language, because there's always some hidden snowflake somewhere that will make your code better, or will run a little bit faster, or is maybe better, more appreciated by the community. I don't want to program like that, although Rust can have its purpose, for sure, and I will do more Rust content. I'm not a Rust hater at all, but it's just my opinion. And Golang sometimes is a little bit too opinionated also, with the fucking capitalized bullshit. I don't like that, with their a lot of things that I fucking... If I could fork this language, I would do a lot. But it's easy. It's an easy language. It's like Python, but statically typed and compiled. Why wouldn't I use it? If there is a lot of language that gives me the same writability and readability, but it's better, then I would go to that language. I don't give a shit. You know what I mean? The Netflix of coding. Again, the Netflix of coding. And the Netflix of coding. Doesn't make the... Isn't it straightforward, or do I need to adjust my title in the next time? I don't like Rust syntax. I'd rather use C. Yeah, but... wait. C and C++ is... If you want to go into low-level systems, if you want to go into low-level programming, systems programming, then you will need to learn C and C++ first. That's the basics, right? That's the basic. You need to do that. If you wanna pursue a career in systems programming, distributed systems, yada yada yada, where memory matters, of course, in the browser it also matters, but it's not being managed by you. So, right. But if performance really matters, then you need to start with C, so you know how a computer works. Very important. You need to know that. And if you know how a computer works, you will also know that C and C++ are basically not that productive all the time, and it's a little bit weird in modern times. But hey, but then you're gonna appreciate Rust a little bit more. You're gonna fight the borrow checker a little bit less, because you know what happens. Right? Oh, moved value here. Why? Okay, boom. I know that. Could cause some problems. Hey. Learn C first. Learn how a computer works. Right. Okay. Good to see you have made the switch to Vim. Yes. Yeah, Wallet, I did it. Made the switch to Vimy. Vimy. Pretty good, right? It's the same, but different. It's a little bit... It reacts a little bit better. So that's good. Are there any more questions that I need to resolve? Is anybody... Do I need to motivate you a little bit more? Are you depressed? What's going on? Tell me your problem. And I'm basically... I don't know what's going on. This mic. The mic OCD is gone, by the way. The mic OCD is gone. I had so much problem with the mic OCD. But the mic OCD is gone. Now the mic is my friend. It can be everywhere. It could be here. I don't care anymore. The mic could be here. I actually don't care. You know what I mean? I have no OCD. Before I moved, the mic needed to be in a perfect position, autistic, aligned with the pyramids of Giza, of how do you say that? Asian technology, perfectly aligned with the north, with true north, and all that stuff. Built by an exterminated ancient hunter-gatherer thingy, right? But now anymore, the mic could be legit in my ass and it would be fine, right? Snappier for sure. Yeah, snappier. That's actually, Wallet, thank you for that. Snappier. It's snappier. Damn it, I forgot to put that in my video. Snappier. It's... You see? Look at me. Look at my movement. It's like snappier. Boom. Boom. It snapped. You see? It snaps. It's snappier. It is what it is. All right. Can you start from the beginning? I just joined. Is this a joke or something? Sometimes I wonder about myself. Are these people joking or what is this? Do they mean that? Or what is this? Golang spies on you, but who cares about the fucking telemetry, man? Says the people that are basically on YouTube, Facebook, click every single cookie pop-up that comes with their eyes closed. You read every term of conditions just by scrolling and clicking it. You know what I mean? I mean, hey, telemetry, who cares about that, right? Stop complaining. You could do two things. By the way, nobody gives a shit about our opinion anyway, right? Nobody cares about that. If we say we don't like it, if the majority decides to do it, we ain't gonna stop it. So the only thing we could do is, or we cry, be depressed and never sleep about it, or we just take it as a man and just continue our lives, or just dump the language and write in JavaScript or something. All right, that's nice. So I'm gonna check if my recordings here are basically recorded on my hard disk, so I can cut all these juicy, snappy conversations and make YouTube videos out of that. So basically, I need to stream 2 times a week, and I can fill my whole week full of videos without need to make a video. Isn't that amazing? What is this language? This language is called Golang. I know, but it is what it is. Vim script. Oh yeah, that other thing, the Lua thingy maybe. Not quite this thing. So basically, I'm gonna show you my config like this here. Config nvim, by the way. Like I said, it's not big of a deal. It's a lot of packer, right? Some tree-sitter thing, telescope, Lua line, Vim Go, and then this is LSP0 shenanigans here. And then we have toggle term, naysayer, color theme, the nvim comment, so you could basically select these things and press leader / and it's commented out. And then we have handmade hero, which is also a theme, so it's 1, 2, 3 themes. And then some key maps, some telescope key maps, some palette overrides, of course, and then Lua line setup, and yada yada. It's on GitHub, by the way. Check it. It's easy. My config will probably not work for you because it's too easy. My config is too minimalistic. It's no big of a deal. Oh my god, you're a GSP of programming. I thought I was the only one who originally thought that. No, man. It isn't. I'm the GSP of programming. I'm the George St. Pierre. You see this? I even have the same body. I have the same legs. I have the same movement. You know what I mean? I crush skulls just like him. Maybe he's a bit more flexible. And he talks a little bit more French. Yeah. You can literally see the extension. .go. Horus! Look at the extension, my man. Focus. What headphone is it? This is basically... Whoa, my PC. This is the Sony WH4. Oh, my PC is I didn't hear that because it's noise cancellation. Maybe the stream is fucked up with the sound, but it's it's like an airplane. It's like a rocket going to space, like, because I'm streaming and recording at the same time. Andrew Tate is coding. No, man, Andrew Tate is home. He's relaxing because he just spent 6 months in jail. You know what I mean? And he's much richer than me. I'm not rich, and I'm much smaller. You know. I also have no enemies. And he would probably beat the shit out of me. Hey. What's best, being the Dr. Disrespect of coding or the Andrew Tate of coding? You tell me. Leave it in the comments. Alright. Blah, blah. Boys, girls, and everything between those two. Because maybe you're not made up your mind. It doesn't matter. everybody's welcome here. By the way, if you are a girl watching the stream, watching my videos jump into the Discord. Prove that you are a girl because reasons. No, I mean, not prove with things that you're a girl, but I mean, there are a lot of guys joking around and fooling me that they are a girl so they can have the pink Discord title. You know what I mean? That's what I want to say. If you're a girl, jump into the Discord. You get basically a pink Discord exclusive title, and we only have one. Right, so basically we have only one queen in the Discord community. If you want to basically unthrone or basically bitch fight for the throne, you need to claim your spot at the Discord channel. Also, for the people that are not subscribed yet, hey, just click subscribe. Actually, yeah, just click subscribe. It doesn't. Come on, please do it for me because we need to go to 10k, 20k, 30k, 40k, 50. We need to go big, right? We're gonna fly high. So I can keep giving you all these nice videos. I'm also going to unravel more programming languages, more variety stuff. That's what we're going to do. And for the people that really want to level up, check out the Patreon. 30-second preview, so you could actually check all videos 30 seconds. If you think it's a scam or something, it isn't, right? Check it. And also visit fulltimegodev.com if you want to be a full-time GoDev engineer. I'm going to teach you everything there, right? So you can be as good as me and get hired instantly. GG. Brigot one. What's going on? Ice Bear, I'm only to help stop spam. Yeah. Is this a Groovebox team? Yes, it is. Car in 4K. Stuck in the Matrix. Alright. Cool. All right, I'm gonna dip it out. I'm gonna eat my proteins, of course, 20 grams, maybe 40. I'm not quite sure. It depends what's in my refrigerator, by the way. Then I'm gonna do some administration, do some more coding work, and then I don't know. Hey, that's private. I cannot tell that. All right, I also need to put all the carton. How do you say it? Cardboard boxes. How do you say that? All that stuff. I need to put it outside because tomorrow they come and pick it up. So I have some job to do, right? The GSP isn't going to sleep. If you knew my duck, you also hate them. Show me it. Okay, it's fine. I can give it a free hug, Ice Bear. All right, thanks everyone for watching, and I see you probably. I'm gonna the day after tomorrow. I'm gonna stream back. Not quite sure what we're gonna do. Maybe finish that up, or maybe try to focus some more coding, or tackle some kind of a topic. Let me know in the comments, or jump into Discord and drop what you want to see. Cool.